We're here to talk about a tragic loss of a great leader, great community organizer, a great mentor, a great friend. It's a tragic loss, and we've had a void that we will never be able to fill. Our sheriff was a great person. He was loved by his employees and the public. He was always led with integrity, compassion, kindness, and a sense of humor. And we all lost a very good leader and good friend last evening. Sheriff Fisher loved his job. I don't think there was ever a time that I came to work where it wasn't like it was Christmas for him, because he loved what he did. He loved serving the public. He loved doing things with the kids, the fair, the community. He never knew a stranger and always had time to stop and talk to everyone. Again, right now what we're really concentrating on is celebrating his life and his legacy. And with the command staff that he's put together, we're hoping to be able to do some of the things in the future that he's taught us to do and set us up to do. So that's really all I have to say.
The Sheriff's Office has asked me to come and to provide support in this time of need to our Sheriff's Office in particular and our law enforcement community as a whole here in Greene County. Gene Fisher was a remarkable human being. He was an exceptional police officer, and perhaps more than that, he was a great and true friend. And anyone who knows him knows that. And what made him all of those things is that at his core, he was a fundamentally decent human being. And he loved people, and he cared about this community and about this county in a way that I have never seen a public official care in the 17 years that I have been employed here in Greene County. What made him remarkable was his leadership. Gene Fisher was capable but humble. He was strong but full of compassion, and he led by example. And the example that he set for the men and women of the Sheriff's Office, and frankly for all of us who serve in government, is one that we all need to follow and that we can all learn from. Thank you.
Yeah, do you have anybody have any questions or anything otherwise? Thank you very much. Yes. Yes, thank you. Arrangements for the sheriff, celebration of his life and legacy are still being taken care of. It's as soon as those arrangements are available, we'll make those available to the media so they're aware of that. Thank you.
Anybody have any other specific questions? I don't know if we can answer them, but now's the time.
Scott, we all know Gene. We all dealt with the sheriff. You guys all work for him. For people in the community who might not know, what do you want the Greene County community might like to know about who Gene Fisher was?
Again, many of the things that Prosecutor Hayes said, he was humble but capable. I've known him for 37 years. I've worked with him for decades. He was the glue that kept the collaborations going in our county. We've always had great law enforcement collaborations in our county, and Sheriff Fisher just always continued to foster that cooperation, and it's definitely evident by the outpouring of support that we've been experiencing today from all the other agencies and community leaders that he worked with.
I've heard from some of the fair workers, we all know how much he loved the fair and helped the kids there. Can any of you speak to specifically what he would do for kids at the fair? Because we know that was one of his true passions.
Yes, he did. He looked forward to the fair every year. And what he did was he loved working with kids. He loved going out there and being part of the fair, buying their animals with the Youth Activity Fund. He just truly enjoyed every minute of the fair. And you could tell when it got close to the fair time, it was like Christmas. And he literally loved every minute of it.
Because he saw that as a very important part of his community service.
Yes, he did, yes.
Are you working with his family right now? Have you been in contact with them? How are they doing?
Yeah, we've been in contact with his wife and daughter, and we're making arrangements at this time. Again, they're like a lot of us. We're all shocked at what's happened over the last day, and again, we're going to take our time and make sure that we are able to do the celebration of life that Sheriff Fisher so deserves.
And there's really been an overwhelming response from the community. What is that like for members of the department to see that today?
It just, again, it doesn't surprise any of us because we just know what kind of man he was, and we kind of saw that all the time because, again, the community loved Sheriff Fisher for the kind of leader, servant leader that he was.
And I know you said that you're still working right now on certain arrangements. What about the next step for the department? What does that look like?
We're going to continue. There's a process that will happen over the next few days where there will be an appointment of an acting sheriff, and we're not into the details of any of that right now, but we have a capable command staff, and we're going to try to do everything. He put together a good team, and we're going to try to do everything we can to continue on and do the business of Greene County.
Is there any way he'll be honored, Scott, prior to his funeral? We see that sometimes with law enforcement deaths, his remains have to be moved or escorts, things like that. Is there any sort of honors for him prior to his funeral?
Yeah, none of the arrangements have been finalized at all, so I really don't have anything to tell you on that regard.
Do you know of any planned vigils within the community or anything?
Not at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.